Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 12th of August, 2020. And again, the Democrat Party has stabbed the African American community in the back, choosing an Indian, Jamaican, white woman as the vice presidential candidate. I do have to thank Joe Biden's handlers, though, because they've just pretty much sunk his campaign. This woman has gotten her positions by being in compromising positions, namely on her back with her legs behind her ears, getting drilled down by Willie Brown. Willie Brown, I guess, knew how to lay the pipe, and that's kind of scary because he's real old now. So I suggest y'all give Miss Harris's, Senator Harris's phone a ring, 202-224-3553, and see what kind of messages you can leave her. You know, be respectful. I told her I wouldn't piss on her gums if her teeth were on fire, and I really don't care. She's already said she's coming after all conservatives the minute if she gets in, which I don't think she will. But her father's claimed that they own slaves. So this is the Gateway Pundit here. It says breaking. This was last night, I'm assuming. Yeah. At 3:23 p.m. yesterday, breaking: Joe Biden chooses Kamala Harris as VP nominee, who accused him of racism. Not only that, but she also held people in jail longer than they were supposed to be in jail when she was the Attorney General in California. So there's that. So for the right side of for the Democratic Party to be happy about this choice, considering they want to defund the police. There it is. So, and then never forget Senate voted unanimously to rebuke anti-Christian remarks by Kamala Harris and support religious freedom in the U.S. And apparently she didn't, despite evidence showing the QAnon movement is being infiltrated by Russian operatives. Leftist reporter clings to anti-Semitic infiltration to hurt movement. I don't think that's happening, so let's leave that alone. And then MSDNC, young Democratic voters are disappointed in Harris VP pick. Yeah, they should be, because she hates you. Her father owned slaves. Her father's family owned slaves. End of story. I've never owned a slave. President Trump never owned a slave. You folks are actually shooting yourselves in the foot. And then a massive surge in crime with ongoing riots and looting, causing New Yorkers to flee the city in droves. So there's that. So this moron here, Mr. de Blasio, looks like he got himself a nice haircut. We can't go get haircuts, but he was able to. And then this one here is from today at 7 a.m. Gateway Pundit. Former U.S. Attorney Joe DeGenova says John Brennan is clearly part of the Durham investigation while criticizing NPR and other MSM reporting. We know where this is going. And then California Black Lives Matter leader charged with 5 felonies. Faces 15 years in prison. Yeah, it's not your right to loot stores, idiots. It's not your right to loot a store. You have no right to steal anything from anyone. You have a right to discuss the issues if we have issues to discuss. Other than that, you break into something, you get injured, it's your fault, no one else's. End of story. And then WikiLeaks posts 137 documents on Kamala Harris after she is named Joe Biden's Joe Biden's running mate. Yeah. That's the truth. I mean, I understand that Wikipedia was deleting stuff about her, how she used prisoners as slave labor in California. That's absurd. And then you're gonna lecture us on slavery when you kept people in jail longer than they were supposed to be? What the fuck's wrong with you? This bitch is nasty. And then flashback, Tulsi Gabbard destroy party favorite Kamala Harris and expose her record as a dirty prosecutor. Yes. Kamala Harris had to get sued by the court system for her to release documents that were supposedly that got an innocent man off a death row. So she's a dirty, two-faced piece of shit, I'm telling you. And then man arrested for brutally beating Alzheimer's patient and stealing her wedding ring. Michigan nursing home tried to cover it up. Well, you know, you do have that dumb, filthy Gretchen Whitmer. And by the way, I really wish they would have done a real mannequin likenesses of her hanging from trees. That would have been great. And then a huge MSDNC doctor's image of Biden calling Kamala Harris. And doctors out his cheat sheet script. Update, Joe Biden was holding his phone upside down. Yeah, he's gonzo, folks. And the fact that you're still pushing for him tells me you're just as sick as the people involved with Maxwell and the child trafficking. You're just as gross as they are. And then Tim Pool reported on this yesterday. Chicago Black Lives Matter leader calls looting reparations and encourages looters to continue. And when someone gets shot, are we going to hold your dumbass responsible for it? Because somebody's going to get shot. And then Larry C. Johnson, if the facts matter, Andrew McCabe will be indicted for lying. I have a funny feeling that's coming. And then the gloves are off. President Trump rips Kamala Harris during presser video. Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of that. He called her nasty and disrespectful, and she is. She's nothing. She's garbage. And then an Ann Arbor man breaks into neighbor's home and sexually assaults a 96-year-old neighbor. Wow, fucking how gross do you have to be to sexually assault a 96-year-old? Are you kidding me? Disgusting. And then flashback, Willie Brown throws shade at former lover Kamala Harris. She can't beat Trump. Willie Brown, man. He don't care. Willie Brown, she can't beat Trump. And then flashback, Kamala Harris said she believes Joe Biden's accusers. I believe them. Video. Well, if you believe them, why are you running with her? And then flashback, Kamala's father of Kamala Harris details how their ancestors owned slaves. Ah! And then there's a video out that pretty much slams the Biden-Harris ticket. Gets 3 million views in just over 1 hour of posting. And then Kamala Harris launched her political career in the bedroom as a mistress to married Mayor Willie Brown. How do you... I wouldn't want this to be giving my kids any information. Are you kidding me? And then Trump campaign, phony Kamala Harris is slow Joe Biden's political living will. How's that make you feel, you filthy bitch? Because she's disgusting. You could tell she's an evil person. She's probably involved with Epstein. I'm gonna bet she's involved with some really awful stuff in Hollywood. Mark my words, it's all gonna come out. And then President Trump blasts dirty cops in U.S. intel agencies and sleazebag wacko John Brennan. Brennan takes the bait and responds. What did he have to say? Brennan just looks like he's been touching kids for decades. There's out dirty cops and U.S. entity targeted his 2016 political campaign. Trump started off by blasting John Bolton. They turned his then turned his Erie toward Comey, Clapper, and Brennan as the architects of Spygate. And then President called the FBI Director James Comey, former DNI Chief James Clapper, dirty cops, and slammed former CIA Director John Brennan as a sleazebag and wacko. So-called American intelligence were dirty cops who have now proven to be the sleazebags at the highest level, like James Comey, proven liar James Clapper, and perhaps the lowest of all of them, them all, wacko John Brennan, who headed the CIA. You could perhaps understand my reluctance to embrace. And then Brennan took the bait and responded. It's no surprise that at real Donald Trump shares Putin's deep disdain for Americans who served their country and countered Russian efforts to undermine U.S. national security. Okay, John Brennan, don't you pray to fucking Allah, you dumb shit? Trump continues to do neither. Yeah, I tell you what, he's done more for me in 3.5 years than your former boss, that piece of shit Obama, ever did. Go fuck yourself, John Brennan. I hope I see you swing from a fucking gallows, you dumb shit. They should fucking castrate you first, filthy animal. So I'm assuming this is all going to come out. I mean, the FBI paid former British spy and author of the fake Russia dossier, Christopher Steele, as confidential human source in 2016. Okay, and then we've got Nellie Orr and Bruce Orr. Bruce Orr is Chinese all the way. These folks need to go. They need to get out of here. So that's the Gateway Pundit. Trump, I would absolutely fill Supreme Court vacancies this year. So hopefully Ruth Bader, I'm not Deadsburg, gets ends up going home, if you know what I mean. I'm sure the man upstairs has some questions for her. And then in blow to mail-in voting, scientists find no connection between long lines and the spread of COVID-19. So I will be going to the ballot box to cast my ballot. Fuck you. You are not taking that away from me. And then we said this yesterday. New Mexico tyrant governor announces she will keep COVID-19 practices in place even after pandemic. And you're going to end up getting fucking taken out. I'll mark my words. Somebody's going to end up hurting you. You're messing with the wrong people. New Mexico people will not take your take your tyrannical leadership. And Biden campaign officials, again, we talked about this yesterday, donated money to group that helped bail out violent criminals, including serial rapist and accused murderer, because that seems to be what we need to do. You know, bail out some people that don't deserve to be bailed out. So there's that. And then, you know, you got your local radio stations that are obviously, you know, you would hope that they would start covering what needs to be covered, and I don't think they're going to. So let's check out the NY Times and see what's on their front page, because, you know, we got to see what they have up here as important. So let's see what we got here. Analysis: is Harris a choice both safe and energizing? It's not. She's going to end up screwing up big time. Harris is ready to fight Trump. Her whole career prepared her. I don't think so. I don't think so, darling. I think you're sadly mistaken. And when push comes to shove, you're going to be in serious disarray when you have to stand up there and deal with Pence. Pence going to wipe the floor with you. And then this school district reopened amid controversy. Now 925 are in quarantine. I don't buy it. This was in suburban Atlanta County. Opened its schools despite growing COVID case count. Yeah, of course they've got 925, but they're not spreading it to anyone, so it doesn't matter. And besides, it's a hoax. And then a smoking gun, infectious coronavirus found in hospital air ducts. Airborne virus plays significant role in community transmission. Well, maybe you should stop allowing people to come in and spread it around. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene, a QAnon supporter, wins House primary in Georgia. Yeah. You go, Miss Greene. God bless you. And then luxury homes tie Chinese communist elite to Hong Kong's fate. I have a funny feeling you're going to start seeing a lot of people getting their citizenship pulled, especially if they've got ties to communist China. And I mean, what they're doing to the people of Hong Kong is not fair. Hong Kong was its separate, it was a separate entity, and you're pulling people off the island and literally killing them. That's not right. And then Summer Redstone, a billionaire media entrepreneur, dies at 97. Redstone amassed an empire, including CBS and Viacom. At the peak of his businesses, he controlled were worth more than $80 billion. Well, and you're still not half the man Trump is, so. And then when a punchline is not worth a performer's pain. Second City, the premier home improv comedy, was for decades a bastion of whiteness, where performers of color were consistently demeaned. Now it wants to remake itself. You know what? You folks who are pushing this people of color nonsense, look at the cities, dude. Look at these inner cities. What's missing in all these inner cities? What is missing in them? Fathers? Quality school systems? You want to blame the white folks? How about you blame yourselves? How about you blame Lori Lightfoot, the scissoring dyke, Beetlejuice-looking fucking Morlock out in Chicago for the damage in her city? Or jerking my Durkin out there, fucking Mayor Jenny. It's a summer of love. 5 people later are dead. It's a summer of love. And fucking Todd, what's his name, Wheeler out there in Portland. What a piece of shit he is. What, defund the police? Yeah, now you're going to lose all these tax revenues. So you better defund the police. You're going to need that money to pay your fucking salary, dude. I think it's time the feds go in and arrest these governors and mayors and city council members. Hardcore. We're done with this nonsense. So that's the news for today. I don't really care if people think that I'm brash. I don't care anymore. I don't care. The political game in this country has destroyed everything for everyone. We will not hold our tongues any longer. The folks in Chicago say that looting is a form of reparations. I don't owe you shit. You get enough of my money through welfare. End of story. Wake up, people. Otherwise, you're in serious trouble. God bless and good luck, and